There is a deep injustice of trauma that's really hard not to feel. The unfairness that you were hurt, and now you have to do the work to heal. That is so valid. It feels like a literal definition of pouring salt in a wound. So if you're a bit stuck in the anger and pain, the justifiable outrage of you having to try your best to wade through processing, accepting, and healing what they did, then this session is here to help you do that. To accept and move through the added insult so you can take your power back and continue on to full healing and peace. You can see the description box for a few articles on the research, the science, and how this works. For today, rate yourself on a 1 to 10 scale of how you feel as I talk about this. And it can be focused on traumas in general if you've had many, or one specific trauma if that's what you're here with. And we'll check back in after tapping to see where that scale is at. And so, trauma can be a tough topic. So like always, if you get overwhelmed, just keep tapping and breathing and letting that memory or sensation or emotion that has come up, let it come up, acknowledge it, validate it basically so it can process through. And then get back to repeating after me again when you can. So again, like I said, this can be used for a group of traumas or an individual one. Think about the intended trauma now and as we tap, and your body and mind know what you mean. And, as you're doing that, you can also be cleaning up other traumas without even realizing it. If you're hyper-focused on one, but there were many incidents of the same thing. Okay, so here we go. Just tap with and repeat after me. Even though it's so unfair that I was hurt and now I have to heal myself. I fully and completely love, accept, and support myself. Even though I feel like I shouldn't have to do this healing work when they cause this trauma, I deeply and completely validate, love, honor, and accept myself. Even though the injustice of the pain they caused feels overwhelming and I just want to stop trying. I deeply and completely love and support myself in this healing journey. Even though I feel so resentful about having to fix myself when they did the damage. I fully and completely love and accept myself. This is so unfair. I was the one who got hurt. And now I have to be the one to heal it. I hate this. I didn't ask for this. Having to heal myself is constant rage inside of me. The injustice of this all, it's like an actual heavy burden I'm carrying around. This resentment is like a ton of bricks weighing on my heart. It feels like I'm still being punished for someone else's actions after they already hurt me. This pain feels like a wound that just won't close. This resentment and anger is a constant reminder. It keeps me feeling safe, unsafe. It keeps me on high alert. But at this point, I don't even know who I'd be without this anger. I'm actually afraid to let all this resentment go. What happens when all the focus on injustice is gone? Then what am I going to feel? The burden of carrying this is exhausting, but I know I need to let it go. My resentment at having to heal myself is keeping me in the past. But fear of the feelings once I'm not angry paralyzes me. Even so, I ask it all to come up now. Not too fast. Don't overwhelm me, please. But any parts of me holding on to resentment and anger, I ask that you just send it forward now. That anger was always valid. That fear was always valid. So I drop it all now. I see it and I let it all go. All the anger about having to heal myself, I let it go now. All the pressure from myself to be fixed, I release that too. All the tension and rage from this trauma, this injustice, I let it go. All the fear, the sadness, the uncertainty, I release it all now so I can heal and move on in peace. And it's okay. I'm okay. I'm safe to see this now. I'm safe to choose how and when I heal. It's okay to realize healing is a continuous journey. I'm safe to bring myself peace along my path now. It takes real courage to face being stuck in this injustice. It's okay and valid to feel it all, but this constant anger is holding me back in life. I can be honest with myself about this pain, this fear. I want now to learn who I am beyond this trauma. Beyond resenting them. I can handle whatever comes up when I let go. can be the hero of my own story. I'm safe to allow myself to bring myself peace. I'm ready to define my own healing. I'm giving myself permission to acknowledge it's unfair. But I'd rather heal than just stay angry at them. I'm strong enough to do that. I support myself as I figure out how to bring myself into alignment. I'm honoring myself as I create my own peace. I release any lingering resentment at the injustice that I have to heal from others hurting me. I drop any fear of what may come up as I forgive and move on. Whether that's forgiving myself for waiting so long or forgiving them. I don't have to keep them in my life. I can't find my peace if I keep holding on to the anger and resentment of their injustice. I don't have to carry this burden forever. So I settle into knowing that the healing journey isn't perfect. And I allow myself to feel the peace each time I realign a little part or a big part of myself. Their injustice, their trauma, their behavior makes them the bad person, leads to bad actions. I'm not going to stay in that anger or hate anymore. I'm defining peace for me from now on. I allow myself to evolve past their trauma. I choose to evolve into the vision of peace that I've been hiding from. I drop all resentment and anger from their trauma. I drop all resentment and anger that I have to heal myself. I now see all parts of me with curiosity and compassion. I know that there's no time frame of when I have to be perfectly healed. But I do choose to heal from this injustice. It was never my fault. And it's simply not fair that I have to heal it. But I'm doing it anyway. I am healing myself now. for me, for my own peace. I am ready to define my own peace now. I am taking my power back from this trauma. Whatever is not in alignment with my peace, I face it now with ease. I'm no longer hiding from what may be around that next door if I let this resentment go. I'm facing my trauma now. No fear, no anger, ready to heal it. I am a survivor, not a victim. Ups, downs, and everything in between, I am learning to enjoy the rhythm of life. The life of healing that I create for me. I am choosing to heal. I'm ready to face my trauma now. I am free of the anger and resentment over having to heal my own traumas. I'm taking control of my own healing, my own life. My future is mine to create trauma-free. I was afraid to let go of this anger, but I now choose to define peace and healing on my own terms. I'm letting go of the need to fight and choosing to align instead. I'm setting myself free now. Take a deep breath and see where you are on that 1 to 10 scale. Having to heal yourself, facing that unfairness of trauma and choosing to heal, because that is an active choice that you're here today, and good for you. Absolutely good for you. It wasn't fair or okay that this trauma or these traumas happened to you, but it did. So don't give any more power to it by holding on to it for 1 second longer than you need to, because stuck in trauma is not a way to go through life. You deserve way more than that, way more peace and joy and calmness. So keep in mind that tapping is a process. It can take a few rounds, especially if it's been either, multiple traumas or, it was very far back and you've been carrying it for a really long time. So go back and tap again now if you can, or once or twice a day until you're at 0. And you may find that doing that generally just kind of within a couple sessions breaks that pattern, of being stuck in the traumas and just being mad that you even have to go through this and deal with this at all. And if we can get that down to a 0, and then you do 1 or 2 rounds on individual traumas or the feelings that those traumas left you with, it's easier to get those down to a 0 because you're not holding yourself back, just mad that why do I have to heal this after I was already the one that, hurt. And hopefully nothing like that ever happens again. But if it does and you're re-triggered or something happens that, re-triggers you in the future, you may find that it's way easier to kind of clear things down to a 0 for any issue that you've already tapped on. And that can happen for all of them. If you find you're stuck at sadness or resentment or anything like that, then look around the channel, see if I've done a video on those. And even those, you may get it down to a 0, but something else happens that does, cause sadness in life, because that sometimes happens. But when you go back and redo the video, focusing now on that new issue that caused anger or resentment or jealousy or sadness or whatever it is, because your brain is now tuned to you wanting to heal and trying to heal yourself and always, wanting to move towards that more peaceful life, and that the tapping works, then when you come in and hyper focus on whatever it is, really, wherever the emotions may be in your body, or you're feeling it in your back and you try to, loosen it up, or if you're feeling, while you're tapping that there's one place that's super sore about it, you may do an entire session kind of focused on that one place, and just stay in that one place, or at least you may tap a little bit. You may find yourself tapping a little bit firmer or faster, or I tend to slow down more often. Like when I find myself super agitated, tapping too fast, I try actively to focus on the words and whatever memory or feeling it is, and tapping slower. And I'm really kind of breaking that pattern. And then the next time I come back, even if it's, say I'm doing it on feeling anxious, and then the next time I come back, it's a totally different reason that I'm anxious. But because I've done this before and I know that it works, it can work much faster, because the brain is also trained at that point to know that what we're doing is rewriting neural pathways, literally, from negative to positive. And that's why I say you can see in the description some of the science, the research that's been done, and brain scans and studies and all that, on how and why this works. So if you don't see, if you're stuck on something, and there's something that's coming up, or a belief that you realize you just can't seem to get out of your head, or that lets you get down to a 0, then drop a comment and let me know, and I'll see if I can put out a video specific to that. But yeah, this is a great place to start with trauma sometimes, because it's just getting over the injustice of, no, I'm so angry at them, and why do I have to deal with this myself, and why do I have to fix myself when they're the ones that did this? All completely normal and valid, but if we can just get to the point where we say, because that's how it works. It's not fair, it's awful, it sucks, but it is what it is. They unfortunately can't fix it. Whether they apologize and you choose to allow them to stay in your life, or they never apologize, or they apologize and you still say thank you, but also, no, we aren't going to be friends or partners or whatever anymore. Them saying it can help with healing sometimes, but that doesn't actually just fully heal it. We unfortunately have to do that part ourselves. So if we can do this video and not be mad about that, that allows us to go on to the trauma itself and fix it. And hopefully faster, because just by doing this part, sometimes it kind of breaks up a lot of what it was and just allows us to move forward. So click subscribe, you'll be notified of new videos. Likes and comments do, of course, help me grow as a channel, and for that I'm really grateful. I am super happy you are here and found the channel if you're looking for trauma healing, because you deserve to live without that. So go on and have yourself a good day, and find reasons to smile, whatever that is for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.